sometimes I think we do, it's like going to college. It's like picking a major when you're 18. You don't know shit about fucking life when you're 18. But your parents was an attorney. Yeah, I'm going to go to, and after 2 years, you're like, this ain't me. I just want to sell fruit.
Yeah.
I just want to sell apples and sell flowers on the fucking corner.
Yeah.
And but you get put into that pressure, and then the marriage, the college sweetheart, and all of a sudden you're out of college, kid, and it's just, you have to, like for me, last thing I remember, Ricky, was 1993.
You know what? I know exactly what you mean because I was there, and that's when I woke up and I said, there's got to be a different way to live my life. And so I just said, fuck it. I'm going to do me and see what happens. If it doesn't work, I'll go back to pretending. But I said, I'm going to at least try being myself and see how it goes. And it just became addictive. I started to enjoy everything, even the stuff that I used to hate. I started to enjoy because it was about the experience and what I could learn about myself. It wasn't about, checking some box or doing something again to get other people's approval.
It's a beautiful thing, man. And then how do you tie in? Because listen, I was a fucking geek, Mr. Williams, growing up. I was a karate dude. I bowed. I thought Bruce Lee was fucking God, And then, I was a Catholic. I saw people getting high, and I didn't like it when I was a kid. But I knew there was nothing wrong with reefer. Even as a kid, I'm like, that just makes them giggle.
Yeah.
And I'd see my godfather do it and my mother do it, but I wasn't allowed to talk on the street what I saw in my house.
Yeah.
But if you came up to me and you were like, I'm thinking of smoking pot, I'd say, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you giggle. I look at my godfather. He just sits on the couch and giggles like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It doesn't really affect him like alcohol. My mother had a bar. I don't drink.
Yeah.
I saw the effects of alcohol. You ever been around somebody who's drinking? I can't handle it.
I can't do it either.
That's when my social goes right the fuck up. I don't understand it. Like when I go to a bar, I get anxiety. Why? Because I don't fucking drink.
Yeah. I
want to smoke 10 joints, and I can't sit at the bar and talk to. It's just a clash. So
yeah,
I think that's what really, when I got back, when I moved here after, I moved here in August of 2020, I was like, wow, I don't even know who the fuck I am. I moved back to New Jersey where it all started, and I didn't know who I was anymore. People coming up to me saying they want to take a picture with me. Why? I went to fucking prison. There's a doctor out there that saved a little fucking kid. Nobody wants to take a picture with that fucking dude. Yeah. So I didn't understand all these things. And all of them gave me anxiety. And now I switch medications. I had a bad bout with Xanax. I switch medications. I go to a doctor. And it's under control, man.
Yeah.
The gym, acupuncture, a little reefer. The edibles were killing me. I think the edibles, I'm dropping 1,500 milligrams of that devil. So,
goodness gracious.
Yeah, I got a big tolerance, So it just, I think that added to the anxiety. That's a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, for sure. It's a process to me. When I started really dealing with my social anxiety, I realized it was two things. It was one, it was changing my internal habits of thinking. It was because that's the main thing. When people say mental health, to me, what mental means is they're talking about what's on the inside. Right. And I think, at least for me, the time I was born, I wasn't really worried so much about what was on the inside. I was so worried about what I had to do externally. And so when I finally started to turn inside, and this is what cannabis really helped me do, that's what happens when we smoke. It makes us more aware of what's going on the inside. And for a lot of people, if we haven't really been paying attention, it's a lot. It's that feeling when you haven't cleaned something for a long time. You kept the garage, you keep putting it off. And then finally that one day you say, okay, I'm going to go attack the garage. And then you step in and you're like, whoa, it's a lot. Okay. I think that's when people get paranoid or they get anxious when they smoke. It's because it's too much, right? And what I realize is that the aim is you have to love and know who you are on the inside. But there's a lot of stuff we've been piling in there, and so go slow is what I tell people. And having someone, it doesn't have to be a therapist. but just having someone you trust who you can really talk to, because once you get to become more aware of the stuff on the inside, it can't just stay there. It actually has to move. And so having someone, again, doesn't have to be a therapist, but having someone you trust who you can actually talk to, who's not going to judge you, that's the process, is get in touch with what's going on the inside and find someone you can talk to about it. And then it starts to move and you start to see it. And then it's not so scary because it's buried. It's out in the front, so you can actually do something with it.
And did you? I speak to a therapist still once a week, just to keep everything balanced. I got my wife. I can tell her whatever the fuck I want. She's cool with me like that. So,
but this is life, though. This is life. To me, this is like we pretend and we've been taught it's not, but this is life. And if you have like a wife that you can tell anyone, if you have any person in your life that you can talk to about anything, to me, that's the most important medicine you can have in life. Is just at least one person that has your back, that you can tell them anything and they're gonna love you through it. To me, as soon as I had that, half of my anxiety disappeared. Because I think as we're social beings and we need connection, but even we have a lot of friends, that's a superficial connection. As social beings, we need a deep connection with someone, and a deep connection means someone who's seen your ass, someone who's seen all of you and they still love you. When you have that, like, I think you can take on anything in the world.
Dog, my wife smelled my feet. She loves me, dog.
Yeah, it's real. I think it's
that fungi toenail cheesy shit. That's not good. So if she stuck around for 22 years, I could tell her anything.
Yeah, you're doing something right.
No, I dig what you're saying, and I dig, when you first retired, I was listening to you, and I remember having conversations with Rogan about you on planes. We would just talk about you, and I'm like, I go, what probably happened, man? Sometimes I think marijuana helps you. The great Bill Hicks had a joke, and I love this joke. He said, marijuana don't make you lazy. It just makes you realize that what you're going to do ain't worth getting up.
Amen to that.
Motherfucking joke is tremendous.
That's it.
And the same thing. Sometimes you smoke a joint, you're like, whenever I got a problem, before I started talking to therapy, I would just smoke a joint and go for a walk. That's the answer. For me, that's what worked. A little walk. I need material. I smoke a little bit, go for a walk.
It's been working for thousands of years. That's, if we look at our history, we were hunters and gatherers. We were nomads. And so when we got to a place and all of the food and all of the water and everything dried up, we smoked one and we started walking, right? And we found a new place to settle and build. It's ancient. It's ancient medicine. It's real.
You like that it's legalized now? I know you were always going after it. That was one of your main things, like Cypress Hill.
Well, I think the main thing is you look at all the people, not only the people that are still in prison, but the people that have served time, the people who's ruined their life, who've lost their jobs, all of the people that have been punished because this plan has been illegal. That's my biggest gripe is people are. I mean, we say in the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Like, if that's not what cannabis is about, then I mean, what are we doing?